Okay, are we live yet? Let's have a look and see. Oh, I think we are. Let's just pull up chat, make sure everything's looking okay. Alright, looks like we're okay on Twitch. Streaming alone today, so I just need to make sure. Oh, I forgot to zoom in on my text. Balls. Oh well, hopefully you can. Hopefully the text is large enough for you to be able to see. If this isn't going over to YouTube, I can't seem to get YouTube. But if it's not, I'll upload it to YouTube later. Alright, but I have done a fair amount of work on the fortress since last night. Just marking stuff out so that you didn't have to sit and watch me counting squares and stuff. That means there's an awful lot of annoying flashing blue stuff. But we'll deal with that by getting that sorted as quick as possible so that we don't have all of this. And that means that we will get our defences sorted out as soon as possible. Hello, Spotted Cow. A good mood to you too. How's the audio? Is everything okay? I haven't got Mia with me to check. Mia's at university today. I've got a day off because I'm on holiday for a couple of weeks, which is nice. So I'm going to play a whole ton of Dwarf Fortress. Cool. So, yes. So last night we embarked. We got to a place to build the fortress. It's on the side of a hill, which makes it a little interesting. Lots of nice looking minerals. I want to make it quite a flat fort, which means sort of digging in. And we are coming up towards the end of summer. So my priorities at the moment are to secure our boundaries because we're very close to the edge of the map, which means we don't have any time to react if anything wanders in. I want to get my trade depot underground, so let's just go down into the bowels of the earth. Oh, I've made a mistake here as well. We'll have to deal with that. I need to, part of this is actually inside my fort and part of it is outside of my fort. We'll deal with that. Now, if we go down, 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 so I've just marked out some area. All of the blue is just planning. No one will dig anything. Right, I want to put an underground trade depot here, and it is going to connect. So we're on the far left, far south of the, so this is the far southwest of the map, and if I go up and up and up and up and up, it'll connect here to the outside world. So that means that if a trade caravan comes, it'll be able to come down into the bowels of our fortress. Right, but where are we going to start? I think up here. So first thing I need to do is to get my dwarves to dig out a bit here. So let's turn marker off and tell them to come and dig this here, and from there to there. I can't really tell whether or not that's marked properly. You're playing Rim Fortress. RimWorld in a mountain base. Nice. My colour blindness doesn't really help with seeing whether or not whether that blue has turned to brown. Yeah, I think it has now. And then I want to channel down here, and here. Right, let's let them do that. So, having a quick look on Dwarf Therapist, I should have 4 miners. What are you doing? Oh, you're getting a drink. 4 miners. I've switched off. I want to switch off all of their other duties because I really need my miners focusing on mining. Oh, trying to kill a migraine. That's nasty. I'm lucky that I've very rarely suffered from migraines. I've only ever had one in my life, and oh my, I certainly knew about it. I didn't realise how different migraines were from normal headaches until I suffered from one myself. And hello, friendly cabbage gamer chant. Yeah, Dwarf Fortress. So what's the plan? Well, it's to build a big fortress. I want to... We're in a relatively serene surroundings, and we're digging into the side of a hill where there's quite a lot of minerals, so we've got quite a good embark. We are only a couple of hours in, so we've not long arrived. We've got all of our stuff has just been brought in. We've just got the first few beds. Oh, and we've got a table. So, quick tour. We're big fort. All of the flashing blue is where I am going to be building my, not a moat, there won't be water in it, but a trench. That will be our ramparts. And underneath, so farms are here. We've just got a little farm going for the moment. Brought peacocks with us for eggs, leather and bones and things. A bit of storage there. Now what I do want to do is we've now got a table down here, so I can just tell them that now is the dining room, and that's going to be a meeting hall. That means our little temporary thing up here we can remove. So I can get rid of that and get rid of that. Let's see. Yeah, that's just a bed on the floor. So all of this storage is now being moved down into our more permanent residence. Yes, a good mood to newcomers indeed. Right. Is there anything else I want people to be doing? So I've got a couple of workshops set up. You are making beds and barrels. That's good. You're making tables, thrones and doors. That's good. You've run out. We don't need any more mugs. In that case, start making some rock crafts. So we've got something to sell. Anhydrite. We've got such a mix of stones here. Yeah, use up that nice. Make nice crafts on repeat and do it. Ooh, just make like a lot. I'm not sure if I've got a furniture stockpile down here. Let's just put one in just in case. So furniture is you. I'll just put a stockpile. Again, this is just a temporary setup here. Oh, the bins and barrels. Yes, actually, bins and barrels, because they can be such a problem. I'm very, very cautious. There's all kinds of bugs involved with bins and barrels, and as we set up permanent storage, I'll be very cautious about what exactly we put in where. So seeds, we don't want to store seeds in barrels. We only want them in bags. We don't want to store ammunition in bins because then only one person can access it at once. So yeah, I'm very, very cautious about bins and barrels. But I think I've got a pretty good setup. Now, something I do want to do is to get another mason going. Again, just everything's temporary at the moment. Let's put our second mason. Well, put him there. Why not? Because I want someone just making blocks for a little while. Okay. Yeah, there's just got to be a little bit careful. There's some things where there is absolutely no problems with bins and barrels. Bins more so than barrels. With barrels, the only thing you've got to be careful of is with your seeds. Because if seeds get put in a bag and then the bag gets put in a barrel, because it's inside two containers, it can sometimes bug out and the dwarves can't see the seeds because they can only see the bag. With bins, it's a bit more complex. If somebody is using a bin, so if they're going to if a task is given to a dwarf to go put something in a bin, then that bin is then not available for anybody else. So a dwarf up in a workshop somewhere makes a stone bolt. The moment it's made, then that bin becomes unavailable for anybody else. So only one person can interact with a bin at once, and the interaction starts from the moment somebody gets a job. So particularly with something like ammunition, where you might want 5 dwarves to be able to pick up bolts all at the same time, you need to make sure that your ammunition is not being put into bins. And so I tend to keep things like armor, weapons, ammunition out of bins, so that people can go and interact with the stockpiles rather than interacting with the bins. But stuff like cloth, leather, bars and blocks, it's rare that it's going to cause a problem. So I use lots of bins there. But at the moment we don't actually have any bins. Do have barrels. Right, let's get cracking. So I want to make sure that we have got a secure base in the space of about 3 months from now. Hello, Silent Assassin. When's the game coming to Steam? Well, they do have a sort of timeline for it. And the Steam game will be more polished than this. They're calling it the premium version, because this is the free version. The premium version will be a paid-for version, and it's coming with graphics. Now, I'm using a third-party mod pack, a very common one to use a graphic set, because the original game is in ASCII. Now, what they've said about Steam is they've got one more release which is coming out within the next couple of weeks, and that's going to be the life of this fortress. I've got a couple of weeks off work, and I'm going to be playing this fortress, unless this fortress dies, which can happen. I'm going to be playing this fortress until the new update comes out, and then when the new update comes out, my plan then is to record something, I don't know whether to call it a tutorial series or whether it's more like a self-help series. As soon as they've got the next update out, they're going to start working on the Steam coding. So the Steam timeline is that time is relative, but that is the next update after the one that's coming out pretty imminently. I've been playing Dwarf Fortress now for a few years. I've learnt so much about not just how things work, but how things go wrong. I've barely scratched the surface of the game. That is true of most people who've played it for a long time. Everything still catches you by surprise. And I will see, like, this is the first time I have ever seen gypsum. We've got gypsum rock. Now, I made a point of bringing gypsum powder with me on the embark. I spent quite a few points on gypsum powder because I know someone's going to get a fractured bone, and it's not an easy thing to come across. And lo and behold, we've got gypsum rock. I didn't even know what it was when I saw the rock. It was quite a surprise. First time I've ever seen it. We've got these weird things. Let's just go down one. Bubble bulbs. I've never had a biome with bubble bulbs in it before, but it's a serene biome, so they're not bad. I'm guessing that they're either edible or forageable. Yeah, it just makes the screen very blue, which because our markings are also in blue makes it a bit tricky for me. Spotty Cow points out that drawing a sword in Skyrim surprised me. Yeah, hello, Sel. I didn't even know that anyone would turn up at this time of day. I hardly ever stream at this time of day, but I'm on a holiday, and I've often thought, when you see those people who do streaming as a full-time job, and I thought, oh God, if I didn't have to work, that's what I'd do. And like when we have the Nidaways and I spend like so much of my time streaming, I really love it. I thought, well, I've got a couple of weeks off work. I am going to pretend this is my full-time job, and I am going to be a unpaid professional streamer for a couple of weeks and schedule my days around making content and like dealing with like my streamer friends and stuff. So I've been on a chat with Boris this morning, making plans for our next Nidaway, and it's been good fun. Australian, it's 8 p.m. for you. Cool. So I'm actually streaming for a good time. So I've got a lot of friends in Australia. Right, anyway, let's get digging. So I have a goal to try and hit for myself. That the first year is the scary time. That will determine whether we die quickly or die slowly. So in spring, I want to make sure that so from when we arrive in spring, by the end of spring, I want to make sure that we've got some beds so they're sleeping inside. We've done that. I want to make sure we've got storage inside and that all of the stuff that we brought is inside, so that we don't suffer from thieves. We've done that. And I want to make sure that I've got a front door, just a basic door on the front of our entryway, whatever that may be. We've got that. And then in summer, I want to make sure we've got the farm set up. Well, we've got a little farm going, so that's good. And we've got we've started brewing, so that's good. The dining room, we've just got that done. We've got a temporary depot set up out here, which I put in a bad place, but it'll do for now. And that we've started making goblets so that our dwarves don't get unhappy drinking without a mug. I've made sure that I brought peacocks with us because they're one of the best balanced of the egg laying critters to bring. I've got them in a room. Still needs a door on it, but they'll start producing eggs for us. They've got nest boxes. We're making barrels and starting on defences. So that was our goal for the end of summer. So we're on track. Now by autumn, sometime in early autumn, so within the next month, we should be getting a trader, and the trader's bound to attract thieves, so we'll need to keep an eye out for thieves as well. But our main thing is to get the base secure. It's not uncommon to get a weirbeast walking onto your map around about the first winter. It doesn't happen all the time, but it's not uncommon. So I've probably lost more forts to in a serene surroundings. An early fort loss is more likely to be from a weirbeast attack than anything else. So that's the thing I really want to make sure we're secure against. Silent Assassin said, perfect timing. You got something to watch over lunch. Very nice. I'm glad to entertain. Okay. Right. So we've dug out this. And what that's going to do is it gives us an overhang. So an awful lot of things can climb, so building a wall doesn't help much. But if you've got an overhang, as we have here, then things can't climb up. So now we will need to channel down. Oops. Yep, helps if I actually tell it to channel. We'll want to channel down there and there. Let's see, just make sure it's very critical that I get this right at this point. Yeah. And is this open space? Yes, it is. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've already channeled this bit below. Yep, so let's get them channeling that down. Do they need to channel the corners there? No, that's the next level down. Here we go, we're into autumn. Yeah, Sel's surprised to see a stream right now. I know. But yeah, I'm on holiday and something's fighting. What's fighting? Let me just have a quick look. Oops, wrong thing. Reports. The giant tortoise is fighting. What are you fighting though? Giant tortoises make great guard dogs. I'd love to trap one. Maybe we will get to that. Okay, right, they've dug that out. So now we can move down to the next level. And here we want to dig to there and there, but then I'm going to want to channel the ends. So here, dig that bit there, channel that bit, channel that bit. That way we get our step down. Okay, and now we should be able to start. I think we are on the right level to start. Yes, to start channeling some of this out as well. So there's a lot of digging work for them to do just here. Let's see, I only want them to go to there. And then we're going to leave another overhang here. And these little overhangs are where we swap levels. Oh, do you know what else I should be doing? Is we've got a lot of trees in the way a bit further down. So I should have my tree chopper coming out and starting to get rid of the trees that are going to be in the way. Did I hear the story of the fortress with the drunk cats? No. I didn't know that the cats drink. I just need to make sure I'm on the right level here. Yep, they are on this level. That one, I think, is on that level. Yes, it is. What do I think about the upcoming Dwarf Fortress update with crimes and stuff? It sounds fascinating. I'm quite looking forward to it. It's I mean, as with everything, when it comes out, all the mod packs will break. There'll be all kinds of bugs, but you know, once it's settled in, I think it's going to be really interesting. I mean, they've done some interesting things with Dwarf Fortress so far. Yeah. I am curious to see what happens with the justice system. The dwarves spill their beer and the cats lick themselves clean. Do you know, the last fortress that I played, which wasn't a recording, it was just one I was playing. Like, Dwarf Fortress is a game that I play for the fun of it. The last fortress that I played, the dwarves were spilling beer all over the place. They were really, really messy with their beer. It was quite surprising, really. Okay, so we've got rid of all of the trees over there. I think that's it. Right, let's let the miners do their thing. Hey, Alfie, who says, I've just come back from shopping to see a Twitch alert for Sal. What madness is this? I'm on holiday. I get to play games. I get to stream. Mia's out at university, so I'm doing this solo. Oh, tetrahedrite. We've got such a good range of minerals on this map. It's brilliant. Now, I do need to be careful. Right, so it's the next level. The placing my temporary room right where I wanted to build my moat, right where I wanted to build my trench was a bad thing. I'm going to have to be a little bit careful about how we hollow that out so that nobody dies in the process. Will I be streaming later as well? Quite possibly, yeah. I imagine over the next few days or so, I will probably be streaming, I imagine, several hours a day across the... I'm on holiday from work, but there's still a few meetings and things that I've got to go in for. For people who've been around for a while, you know that this last year I haven't been able to do anything like the amount of recording and streaming that I usually do. Work has been crazy because... Aha, here's the caravan. We've had some really unfortunate situations where one of the team that I manage left with depression, another one had a heart attack, another one went off with cancer, and they're all doing well, but it's meant that I haven't had much time to myself at work. Everything's just been so work focused, but it also means I haven't taken any holidays this year, so I've got six weeks holidays that I've got to use up before the end of March, and they've made it clear that they'd really like me to do that. So I'm taking more time than I normally would this time of year. So there's a few things, just a few essential things where I actually do have to go into the office. I can't just stay away for those. But other than that, yeah, I've got 3 months where I'm going to have a lot of time off work. It's good stuff. Right, what shall we sell? Now, I have been making... oh, look, we've actually got some crafts made. Yep, sell all the crafts. We'll keep a handful of mugs for ourselves. We'll keep the better ones. We'll sell the less good ones. We've got a fair few. In fact, we'll sell the rest of them, I think. How is Styrofoam, Hat Phil and Soup Lady doing? Soup Lady, we're hoping she's going to be well enough to come back to work soon. I mean, she was in... it was such a severe heart attack. She was in intensive care for 11 weeks. Usually, you're only in intensive care for a few days after a heart attack. So 11 weeks, we were warned that they didn't expect her to come back to consciousness. If she did come back to consciousness, they were expecting her to be severely brain damaged. Neither of those things happened. And what's really lovely is that she's a single lady in her 50s, I think. Hang on a second. Let me just... There we go. I just noticed that it was trying to record at the same time as stream, and I'm low on disk space, so it wouldn't. So she's in her 50s, maybe. Oh no, 60. Yeah, she had her 60th birthday, and she is single, and she has been admiring from afar a certain gentleman in her friend circle, and he found that he had the same sort of feelings for her as he was like looking after her while she was in hospital, and they've kind of hit it off together, and it's so lovely. It's like, good things can come out of this. It's really amazing. Polystyrene Hat Phil he's maybe halfway through his treatment. He was diagnosed in, I think it was June, and things are going well. A full recovery is expected. It'll be a bit slow. He's got a temporary colostomy bag, which he uses as the source of jokes. Foul, filthy, disgusting jokes that involve a lot of poo. But he's very chipper. So I'm really very pleased with how they're both doing. I mean, it could have been so much worse for both of them. Even my apprentice, who left with depression, he's fully recovered from that now, where he's got himself a new girlfriend. He's moved down to Plymouth, and he's actually managed to control the depression for the first time in his life. So yeah, everyone's doing really well. Okay, on this level I need to dig that and channel that. We need to dig to there. That's channel. Dig to there and channel there and there. Good that he takes it with some humour. Do you know, he's I think the thing that struck him most was he's had it turned out what he had was liver cancer that has spread to his bowel, but it spread very quickly to his bowel, which meant that the symptoms were picked up very quickly. And so it was caught before it became untreatable. Years ago, before I ever worked there was 2 people who he was friends with in the office who both died of liver cancer, and mainly because you don't see the symptoms until it's too late. So he's sort of seeing it as a lucky thing that the symptoms that he got made him go to see the doctor and were investigated, and he found out in time, whereas the same thing has killed his friends. Medicine is the second best medicine. Yeah, humour being the best medicine. Yeah, he's always had a bit of both a dark sense of humour and a potty sense of humour. Potty is in toilet humour. Okay, right, the dwarves have got that bit done. So what we want to do now is let's see, we can channel as far as that. Is somebody working on chopping down trees? Let me make sure that's actually taking place. Who am I? So you guys are all wood choppers. You're probably all moving stuff to the trade depot. Bernie, I've given you nothing to do so that you would go and chop trees. Maybe if I say you are the only tree chopper, it'll make sure that anybody else who happens to have an axe will drop the axe. Because we've only got one axe. Yes, you're kind of humour spotty cow. Okay, so I can channel up to the trees, but I certainly don't want to channel past them at this point. So we can go from here to there, and then from here to here. We'll just take it up to the tree. Well, maybe we won't take it that far. We'll just make sure they've got something to stand on while they chop the tree. Now, this side, I'm going to have to be much more cautious about it. So I want to start channeling down from here, but I'm channeling into an open space. So I think what we'll do is we'll do every second one. And then that way they shouldn't fall down. Let's see how far. We'll be okay once we get to there. And then we can go over here without a problem. Yeah, it was a bit foolish of me to dig in that direction, but hey ho, we'll survive. Can we dig that safely? No, we can't. Okay. So let's cancel every second one. Oh, right. So the liaison from the mountain homes wants to talk to us. Let's discuss your situation. Much to share? What do we have? So he's just told us of all of the rumours and gossip. Well, normally at this point I make sure they bring gypsum. I think actually not so much leather at this point. Leather will be something we buy a lot of later. I actually think that making sure that we have a good supply of, because we'll be able to make our own wine, but if they can bring plenty of drinks with them, we'll pay a little bit extra for that. Yeah, it's fine. Now, what are you prepared to buy? Crossbow, short, amulets, good. Amulets, figurines, scepters. So hopefully we've got some stuff there to sell you. Do you know, I'm almost tempted, since he's paying good money for powder, I'm almost tempted to sell him most of our gypsum back, because we can make that ourselves. Yeah. So we'll keep we'll keep 2 bags of gypsum, but we'll send the rest. And we'll get a trader over there. Did I set up who my trader was going to be? No, I haven't. Alfie is our expedition leader. Our broker is Alex. I mean, Bessie actually makes a better trader. She would get a better price. But Alex knows the value of stuff. And right now, value is important. We don't know how much we've got to spend. I'm really quite impressed with this start location. All of the ores that we've got, and so we know that we've got iron, we know that we've got gypsum, tetrahedrite, all of those minerals really good. Hello, Potato. who says, Restream chat isn't working, or at least not on my phone, so how is everyone? Yeah, that... I haven't got Mia with me, so I haven't got anybody checking that stuff's okay. So apologies if things are not working as they normally would. Okay, yeah, don't channel that bit for the moment. No, sorry, don't channel that bit. Excuse me. That came all of a sudden. Okay, have they finished taking everything that they're going to take to the trader? I think they probably have. Haven't seen anybody running in or out anywhere for a little while. Is the trader there? Yeah, right, let's see. So first of all, how much is all of this stuff worth? 1,200. So at this point, we should be able to get about 600 gold's worth of stuff. Right, there's something that we absolutely must have, and that's an anvil. I didn't bring an anvil because I thought we were fairly safe. There was a fairly safe assumption that that at least one trader would make it here safely. 600 dwarf coins. Yes, dwarf books. Let's just search for anvil. That didn't work. Search. Oh, because it's Q on the screen, of course it is. For anvil. Okay, an iron anvil will do just fine. Right, let's see. So what do we now spend the rest of our cash on? I wouldn't mind just a few more drinks. Now we're paying not just for the alcohol but also for the barrel that it's in. So these barrels are okay. Yeah, we'll get a couple of extra barrels. That gives us a bit more to drink. I might get a barrel of milk. No. I wouldn't mind some more cloth and silk. Do we have cloth set up yet? No, not yet. I've brought llamas though. We could actually do with some bags. Have they got any cheap bags? That would save us having to make some. 40. 10. Oh no, that's a chest. Don't want to spend good money on decorated bags. 30. Yeah, it's probably worth it. Just somewhere so we've got somewhere to put our seeds. Like one bag will get us started. That's fine. Oh, look at that. There's a bag there for 20. Okay, we'll take those. And I would like a little bit of leather. Look, we've got some really cheap leather here, so we'll buy some leather. And I would like some cheap silk. So we'll buy the cheap silk. We want plant cloth and animal cloth. So just get a couple of extra pigtail cloth and some alpaca wool cloth. Sheep wool cloth. Yeah, sheep wool cloth is cheaper than alpaca wool cloth. Is it? Oh no, it's the same price. Okay. Yeah, I guess. I don't know about this, but I guess that the cheaper stuff is just because there's less quantity involved. That's something I've never got to the bottom of. Okay, we can afford about another 100's worth of stuff. And a bit of food probably wouldn't be a bad idea. We haven't done any plant collecting. Yeah, I think we'll get some meat. Let's buy some of the cheaper meat, I think. Gibbon intestines. You're relatively cheap, so we'll have some of you. We'll leave the elephant. We'll go for some naked mole dog sweetbreads. That's testicles, if you weren't aware. So, a little bit of meat. I'm going to buy just a couple of extra plump helmets, because we've not long started brewing and we might have eaten some of the seeds or the plump helmets. We might be a bit short on those. We've got a little bit of extra cash, so maybe we'll get some grapes. We still should be able to get something else, so maybe some thread. We'll buy a little bit of yarn. Just the cheap stuff. Okay, we can probably afford just one more thing, but probably not cheese. Cheese would be too expensive for us to buy at the moment. Go on, then we'll get some blueberries. Yeah, so we should be able to get away with that. Yeah, about 50-50 is what they will allow you to get away with an unskilled trader. So my trader has the appraiser skill. That means that we know the value of stuff, but she's not particularly good at negotiating anything, which means that if the trader was not happy with the price, he would probably just pack up and go. He wouldn't negotiate. It depends on the skill of your trader, how much they're prepared to negotiate with you, or how much they'll just take the hump. Right, we don't need a trader there.
It seems that every other day there's a new button saying,
oh, fantastic.
I make cheese, or I grind down jams, or I milk things. Well, how many milkers do you think we need here? Huh? How many? Do you see anything that can be milked here? Honestly, do you think we want to milk a purring maggot or something? No, go home.
I have never heard that one before. What a rant. No, new migrants are good. We haven't got enough people at the moment. We need more people to get the jobs done. New migrants are great. Okay, so let's just let them get onto the map. Now, something I do want to do. Let's have a look. See if we've got a few. We've got 4 so far. They're probably not all on yet. I don't want anybody hunting or fishing at this point. I've got far more important jobs for them to be doing. Yeah, we'll give them a moment. So everybody start thinking of names beginning with C. Cow spotted, indeed. Yeah, I usually do throw a cow into my mix somewhere along the lines. Now, did we channel out all of that now? Yes, we have. Okay, so now let's channel. Every second one here. And maybe, actually, I'll switch those back to blue. Clementine, Captain Corn. Shorter names are better than longer names. That comes in really handy when we're looking at some of the screens later. Cat for cat. Let's see if they're all on yet. Oh, it looks like we've only got 4. Well, actually, we might have more than 4. The reason being is I have used in the options, don't display children or babies. So we may have... Ah, yes, we actually got a child last time. I don't display visitors and guests, and I don't display children or babies, not unless I actually want to see them, because it just makes it easier to manage that way. Okay, so we have only 4. I'm surprised. Okay, so let's start giving them some names beginning with C. Well, we should have a cow. If we call you cow. How about if we call you cow Cow spotted. Can we just call you cow? That'll be nice and easy in the menu screens to spot you. Hello, Bernie. Cal. Yes, we'll have a cow. And we'll make the female cat. Captain Corn. We can do a Captain Corn. Let's just see which ones I've done so far. We can say Captain Corn. There we go. Okay. Well, Spotted Cow, I get the feeling you should be a farmer, really. How do you fancy doing farming? There will be lots of planting going on in the future. Now, at the moment, I just want everybody hauling. We want that stuff from the trade depot brought inside. Classic Dwarf. Oh, Sell! We should have had someone called Sell. Can I change Cal to Sell? How about that? Yep, and as always, Sel will be the farmer. We should make Bernie our cook, actually. Well, we haven't got a kitchen set up yet. All right. I don't want to get too hung up focusing on this and not building the rest of the trench. Is that this level? No, that's the level below. Okay. We just need that tree to come down and then we can deal with that. Right, they have done some of this already. I've got my marker still switched on. Is someone going to do that one? Okay, channel, next one. There. Here, and here. It's quite hard to see because we also have flashing blue underneath. And I need this little bit here to stay extended out because we're going to channel underneath it so that this forms a lip. Okay, have you done that now? So let's check. Goes from there to there. Yep, I think that's done. And then from here to here. Yep, they can do that now. And then we'll go from, I'm going to work down this back edge here a little. We'll start just bringing it in closer. And now that this room isn't part of our main storage area anymore, our main way into the base is actually through here. So what I should do is to move the dogs down here so everywhere connects to this area. So if we put the dogs here, they will guard against thieves. Okay, I think we've got that done, so we can take that and then we should be able to take that one. Now I've got to be careful I don't end up cutting myself off here. Yeah, cancel that one. You can do that one, that one, that one, and that one. So Sal, have I heard of a podcast called The Adventure Zone? It's really quite amazing and you highly recommend it. No, I hadn't. But I may well listen out for that. I don't listen to enough podcasts. So we can take those two. What about along here? Did we get everything along there? Yes, we have. What have we got left along there? Okay, the whole lot. So I need to remove every other one. Okay, now they can do it. Yep, so we'll let them take those out. And then I think they've done it all the way across to there. There's just a few left over. Have we got everything over there? Yep. Okay, that's good. Okay, so now this should be clear. If we go over there, just need to remove a couple of those. This is all because I dug under the place where I want to channel. And this fiddliness is making it slow, which means that we are not getting the defences built as fast as I'd really like them to. A D&D podcast. Okay, so this one goes to there. So again, we'll remove that one and that one. And I think they've done that, yep. So just those two. Done that. Get those two. So if you are channeling down into a space beneath you, then what you risk is, there's two things. One is you can cause a cave-in. If you leave a piece of ground that is unsupported, oops, got it paused, then the roof will fall in. And if a roof falls in on top of somebody, there's a chance that it will kill them. And we don't want to kill the dwarfs. That's what we want them to die by dragon fire and things like that, not by their stupidity. We want them to die by their stupidity, not by mine. Okay. Two more. And the other thing that can happen is they can be standing on a floor that somebody else channels out and they can fall through and hurt themselves. Oh, Bernie shouts, police! Was there a siren outside? It's more likely to be an ambulance than the police. Especially this time of day. I mean, because I live in the city centre, so police at night is not terribly unusual. I live right near the party district. But yeah, because sort of a road down from my road is the main route to the hospital from the city centre. So we do get ambulances coming down. Okay, and you tend to hear them more this time of day because at night they use their lights more and their sirens less, whereas during the daytime they use the sirens more and their lights less. Okay, we are nearly there with this fiddly bit. So I think that's the whole lot done there. Yep, then here. That looks like it's a full-on ramp, but it's not. It's still the middle of the floor. Let's just go up a level. Do I need to take off a bit more here? Probably. So if we go to there. Yeah, before I go channeling under it and make even more problems for myself. Potato says, I also live downtown and on top of near a bunch of old folks' homes, so not hearing sirens is more concerning than hearing it. Right, let's carry on the careful channeling here. Where was I up to? So from here to here. Okay, so we're up to there. So we'll remove those two. Something not quite right there. Hang on. Yeah, make sure you get that one on the edge there. So, in fact, I should be able to put these ones back in.
No.
Okay. Okay, migrants, sorry, not the migrants, the merchants packing up and going. Ah, too many idlers. This time of year I shouldn't be having idlers. But I need my dwarves to be focused on their digging. Right, let's see. There is a few things that we can be doing to prepare. We need to build a workshop. I need a mechanics workshop, which is it T? Yes, it is. We'll tuck that in there. Will do fine for now. Out of jet blocks will be fine. And I probably need to tell someone to be a mechanic. So let's say you people, you can be mechanics. And I set up another mason. I haven't told him to do anything yet. So what I want you to do is to just make rock blocks out of, well, we've got lots of shale, so let's use the shale. And we want blocks of shale. I want that range to be like 100 to 200. We want lots of rock blocks. Okay, so that will keep some people busy. They're busy. Yep, you've got lots to do now. They're going to build it. Now we could be setting up our metal industry while all of this is going on. I also could be putting a wood stockpile outside and getting them to drag all of the wood in. That's probably a better idea. The slopiness doesn't help. Yeah, I've got a little wood stockpile over there, but if we throw in... Can I get a wood stockpile here? Got a bit of one. What about here? Got another bit of one. There we go. It just gives plenty of land there. Oh, do you know what I didn't do? Is to check whether or not our migrants brought any new animals. So I've got the animals at the moment that need pasturing tucked in this corner over here. No, they didn't. Okay, so all of the animals are in a pasture. All right, how are we getting on with this tricky space here? So I think we're up to this one. No, do I just need to go down a level? Maybe. Down another level? Yes, okay. But not that one there. That's part of our overhang. Okay, and now we can take away the rest of, was it there? Yes, it was. Next one. Right, now I might not have a big enough cloth stockpile to bring all of that indoors, so let's let's just find a space somewhere where they can do that. Here will do. Right, a cloth stockpile. H for cloth. Yeah, just bring it down there. Just bring it indoors. What about leather? I know I've got a little leather stockpile, but I don't know whether I've got enough space. So just dumping it down there until we actually build stockpile land will do for now. Before the thieves take it. Okay. There, and there. Okay, that might be solid. Let's check. No, it's not solid. I just thought, hoping that we were actually over a wall, but we're not quite there yet. So, we're back to every other one. As soon as we've got through this, we'll get the rest built really quickly. One more. There we go. We've got bumblebees on the land, obviously. Being stung by a bee is not a bad thing. I mean, the animals don't like it. But for people, it has a bizarre effect. If you have a hospital and somebody gets stung by a bee, then somebody else will take them to the hospital and they'll feel grateful for the fact that somebody has helped them out. But the bee sting doesn't actually do them any harm, and it doesn't give them any negative thoughts either. So being stung by a bee is wholly positive. Okay. Now we're actually over it now, I think. I think we are... Yeah. So that should all be done. Right, good. Now we'll start making some progress. So let's get rid of the trade depot. We'll just channel around it for the moment so they can still get to it. We should have, to cut down the trees over here so we can make sure that we take this all the way to the edge. Is there any more left there? No, there we go. Okay. It's like pretty sure that you had a dwarf get angry because he was stung by a it doesn't usually give them a negative thought. Being stung by a wasp, on the other hand, induces genocidal thoughts against all wasps. Yep, I get that. May not have given any negative thoughts. Not too sure. True. Potato quotes me, being stung by a bee is a good thing. Sell 2020. Only in Dwarf Fortress. It's not something that I would recommend at any other time. Alright, so down a level. We want to dig this bit, channel this bit, in fact channel to there, and then go out as far as the land over that side. And then I can't really do anything. Oh yes, I can go down a level here. Yeah, I need them to get rid of that trade depot for me. Once we've got an overhang built all around the edge of the moat, then we're secure from anything attacking us from the outside. And the larger, the more we extend this, as we extend it, it makes our animals safer and safer, because one problem with the animals is that they get scared by things that they see, like other wild animals, and they go running off. We don't want them running off. Okay, so down here, I think that's probably one below, is it? Just check. Yep. Okay, so here we want to channel there, dig here. And then, and then channel from here to as far as the land goes. And then we're nearly at the far reach of the fortress then. How are we getting on over here? Have they removed the depot yet? No, is our carpenter's probably busy. Well, if they can just bring stuff in. They've only got a little bit left. I'm less worried about getting rid of the depot than I am about getting the stuff in at the moment, because we've got enough digging to be doing. But I do need to do it layer by layer. I can't work on this side until that's done. But at least this is getting... Oops, wrong way. We want to go down, not up. Yeah, this is getting one side secure. And it's the side that's closest to the edge of the map. Right, so we want to dig from here to here, channel down from here to here, and that one. And right to the corner. I reckon that if we have been attacked, but well, I mean, with werebeasts, and the werebeast is the thing that I'm worried about at the moment. That's the most likely thing that is going to destroy our Hang on, cancel. Dangerous terrain. Oh, someone's just trying to collect wood off somewhere where we're digging. Yeah, werebeasts are the most likely cause of an early demise of a fort. And like I say, it's not uncommon for a werebeast to wander on the map early in your first winter. And winter is only a month away now. Oh, what's wrong with that bit? Can they not reach it? It's got ramps all around it. They should be able to. Is somebody on there? Oh, someone's on the way to do it. Fine. The sooner we get this done, the sooner we get rid of the annoying flashing blue stuff as well. Okay, so we should be able to... I'm just going to go up a level and make sure that there isn't any that we need to get rid of at this level. Like, what about there? Yes, there is. Ah, there's also some trees I need to cut down. Okay, can we have those trees gone, please? And that one. And that tree there. Yeah, we need those gone. Now, if the trade... Let's just pause it a second. Right, trade depot's still there and it's still got stuff on it, so I can't really do much around this side just at the moment. So let's get the miners working underground. And if the mechanics have built... That's a pig. But yes, the mechanics workshop. Right, what we want is rock mechanisms. Make them out of... nice, will do fine. And we want... we always want at least 3. So I find that 3 to 6 is a good number to get started with. Now, our underground depot. I'm planning on having some kind of waterfall mist generator kind of in the middle. I haven't decided exactly how, like I haven't worked out what my pump layout will look like, where I want the water wheels, all that sort of thing. I've built this sort of stuff before, but I've never sort of put it together so that it was a thing that the dwarves would like, that was in the middle of the base. I've only ever had that sort of thing off to one side where it was something that was functional. So yeah, so I'm just leaving a bit of space to allow for it, to see kind of what happens. Right, let's dig. We're going to need to get from here to over to there. Doesn't matter as long as it's touching. Don't want them to spend all of their time digging out a big room just now. And then dig me downstairs. Just those ones will do. And upstairs here. And then dig. We'll do this side. Dig that channel to there. And hopefully by the time they've done that, we'll have the depot out the way. I could speed up the depot removal by making more people into woodcutters, carpenters, sorry. Yeah, you guys get onto carpentry. Somebody go and sort out that depot. And And have you chopped down those trees yet? No, you haven't. You're working on it. Yeah, I'd love to catch some giant tortoises. Okay, so he's got that. We can now channel across here. What about over here? I suspect that there's raised land. Doesn't it look like that's raised? It must just be down one level. Yeah, it is. Okay. I have to say, this is much more complicated than choosing a flat space to do this sort of thing on. Right, they're deconstructing that. Good. Okay, so now we should be able to channel. There's a little bit there. Yeah, just get anything that is raised at the moment. Because at the moment, the reason why that one there isn't collapsing is because it's got probably a ramp underneath it at the moment. Can't find a path to that one. I'm not. Let's just see what's underneath. Oh no, that is hovering. Oh, hang on a second. I wonder if I've left cave-ins off. My last game I had a dragon. And there's a bug with dragons where when they set the world on fire, it causes, like, the tree roots and things can burn. And it can cause cave-ins on the surface, which is fine, but it constantly collapses. It doesn't stop collapsing, and so you end up with every 30 seconds it stops and it starts and it stops and it starts, and it always zooms you over to where the collapse is. That should have caved in. So now to make that work, I actually need to restart the game, and I probably would rather it cave in now than later. So how long have we been going for? Yeah, been going for an hour and a half. So I'll tell you what, I'll take a quick break just so I can restart the game and make sure that I switch cave-ins on. That should have been an accident waiting to happen. That didn't happen. Maybe these two as well. I'm not entirely sure. It might be that those two there are waiting to cave in. But yeah, I'll take a 10-minute break, just have something to drink, and then I'll be right back. Thanks for watching so far.